What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only. Ash said it. AshSaidIt.com. AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,700 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this would be possible without you guys. So, I thank you so very, very much. And yes, while it is absolutely warming up and the clothes are coming off for the summertime, you got to make sure that you're zen too. You're taking care of yourself. So today I've got with me the wonderful Anissa Buckley. Hello, Anissa.
Hey, Ash, how are you?
I am great. How are you today?
I am doing fantastic. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. So, Anissa, what part of the world are you at today? Where are you?
So I live in Austin, Texas, and I'm here a lot of the time, but I travel a fair amount overseas as well. So, here I'm here today.
Okay, cool. So what was your journey starting off as an entrepreneur?
Sure. Well, I have had a couple of companies, a nutrition databasing company prior to this business I'm going to talk about today. But this one is kind of like my passion project. And I'll tell you why, because back in 2014, my life sort of drastically changed within 8 months. Basically, both of my parents passed away. I went through a divorce, and I sold a second business that I had. And coming out of that, I had met somebody who was a pro athlete. And so I decided to take some time off and go travel the world. I was fortunate to be able to do that. Let me just say that. And I did. I took some time, although we went very low budget. We were living in ARPs and super, super cheap Airbnbs. And we were hiking a lot. So I had the luck to go to the Himalayas and Kilimanjaro and whatnot. And so as I was doing that, I was, going through a lot in my mind, having lost my parents, who I was very close with. And it was interesting because I remember being in Nepal and realizing that, the people in Nepal are so friendly. Nepal is where, of course, Mount Everest and a lot of the big mountains are. And, there's just a lot of people. They're very, very friendly, but very, very poor. And the average income in the country of Nepal is $1,000 for the whole year.
Wow.
So what struck me was just the learnings that we can get out of some of these different cultures that I was in. Right. Tanzania in Africa being another one where Kilimanjaro is. And so my sort of takeaway from that was, how good I felt because I was being physical, I was out connecting with nature, and then seeing all of these, seeing people and their different cultures and how happy they seemed. It really hit home with me that I had my head down for the previous, X number of years, let's call it 20 years, just being a workaholic and focused on just, my computer, my desk, and work. And so that was like kind of a wake-up call.
I like that. So
that's how I got started. That kind of kicked me in the butt.
and it does. I think life experiences, as we go through our journey, everyone's journey is different, and there's so many different things that can impact it. So, I mean, that's a really awesome way to really get to that moment, that moment of enlightenment, like wow, like they make, like you said, $1,000 a year. That's insane for us to think about. Yeah. But like you said, those people, they're happy, and they have peace. And I think that a lot of us here in America, especially dealing with the last year with everything that's happened, a lot of people have lost peace, have fallen into depression and all kinds of stuff. So tell us a little bit about the idea. Where did the idea for SummitSix come from?
Sure. So the concept is, I call it part wellness festival, part self-discovery, and part endurance challenge. And the reason I call it that is we have a 6-week training period where we're taking people through not just physical training, but mental training for the endurance challenge. And the endurance challenge is basically summiting a certain elevation goal. So we'll be at a ski slope. This is how it sort of ends, is we all come together after 6 weeks of training for a 3-day weekend. And that 3-day weekend is where you will pick a goal and you'll say, hey, I want to hike 10,000 feet over 36 hours. And, we give you everything support-wise to do that. But, it's about your mindset. And so our favorite saying is, get out of your mind, which is all about learning to focus on the task at hand and put all of that negative self-talk away. So we go through the resilience and the mindfulness training over 6 weeks. And then once you come to the actual event, which is a 3-day event, we have a lot of things from a welcoming dinner where we have this phenomenal motivational speaker who's coming to literally entertainment the whole time you're hiking. We have glamping tents so that you'll be camping out like you were at the base camp of a mountain. Yeah. And then you'll do this summit and you will actually achieve your goal. And then we have a post-summit party. So that's kind of what the event is made up of.
Okay, cool. What are your main takeaways for this event for participants? What do you want them to take away from this?
Sure. Yeah, I think the biggest message is really that, we can do so much more than we think we can.
Right.
And we do, I think the average person, well, all of us, right? We all get into our own heads sometimes. And, we start spiraling with these thoughts of to-do lists. And, sometimes we get caught up in something that didn't go our way that day instead of looking at all of the things that do go our way.
Right.
And so the takeaway is just get out of that mindset and focus on what you're doing and just be in that moment, enjoy it as best you can. It's hard. Sometimes if you're hiking up a mountain, it's super hard. Yeah. But realize that the advantage here is that you can,
Right.
So I do have to take a second to tell you that one of our participants is a gentleman who he was in the military, and he actually came out and actually lost a part of his leg. So he basically is an amputee, and he actually also, unfortunately, has leukemia, has cancer. He has not let that stop him, and in fact, 5 weeks, Ash, this is unbelievable, 5 weeks after he had the amputation, he actually did a triathlon.
What?
So this gentleman, he is participating in our event. And I mean, that to me is, somebody to admire. And, I know he's coming onto one of our training calls and he's going to be, giving a little bit of insight into what keeps him going. But, he is just one of those people you look at and you think he's done 100 half marathons. He's done 100 Tough Mudders, and a third of those were done since he's had the amputation. Yeah. So it's just an amazing story, and there's so many of them. If we open our eyes and ears and we listen to the people around us, we realize we're not the only ones with problems, right? And it's all kind of how you deal with that and learning how, to use your own motivations to just keep pushing through those tough times. So that's kind of the big, I think for me, that would be my wish for everybody who's coming to participate or who follows us, online or whatnot.
Yes.
I hope that makes sense.
No, it definitely does. That's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I think his story is, just blows my mind. Every time I retell it, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like you get chills. You're like, wow. There's no excuse. Yeah. There's no excuse for the rest of us that are able-bodied and can do these things. There's absolutely no excuse. If anyone who, is going through whatever in life, if they can push through and still do it, that means that anyone can do it. We just got to push it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yep. That's a great message. And, I just think that there's so much we can learn from people and what they've been through and how they've conquered it. And, so there'll be a lot of that sharing as well over the 6-week training period.
Gotcha. Now, is it going to be in one central location?
It's actually online. It's virtual training before we all physically come together in upstate New York in the Finger Lakes region. That's where our first event is going to be. Okay. So, so the training will be just all virtual. We'll meet up online, just a large Zoom call. And we'll give everybody physical training. So each week they'll get a cardio plan. They'll get a strength training plan. And we do have a strength training library on our website. And we have a coach, actually, Kathy Redden, who's this unbelievable trainer here in Austin. She's helping with the training plan, so we'll give everybody their plan each week, and then of course we'll have some talk about mental strength as well each week.
Okay, cool. That definitely makes it a lot easier because with people that are just still dealing with this pandemic stuff, and every state's so different. So to have everything online is so accessible for people. I love that. Love that.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, and are tickets still available for this event?
Absolutely. Yeah, right now we are just in the selling phase. So we're starting training on July 31st, end of this month. And that gives people the 6-week training, timeline to get all their training done. And then the actual event is starting on September 16th in upstate New York. And so it'll go the 16th to the 19th. And within that, there's the 36-hour period that people have to climb and reach their elevation goals. Yep.
I love it. Now, how can people get in contact with you guys to, of course, reserve their spot and to follow you on social media?
Sure. So the website is, of course, www, and it's summit-6, SIX. So it's not the number. It's summit-six.com. So that's our website, and you can purchase your tickets there. And then, as far as social media is concerned, we're on Instagram at summit.6, and then we're on Facebook at SummitSix Endurance. So I know that's a little bit much, but summit.6 on Instagram and SummitSix Endurance on Facebook.
All right,
a lot of S's, right?
You got to cover all those bases. I love it.
Exactly. Yeah, but I mean, if you type in SummitSix, you will find us eventually. I'm pretty sure. So we'd love to have people come out. I mean, it's going to be a great time. We have some really great people coming. Dr. Sherry Blowett, another great case of people who've overcome things. She is a Paralympian gold medalist. She has won all of the major marathons in the U.S. as a wheelchair participant. She is a doctor at Harvard. She's actually on the board of directors for the Olympics. She is just an amazing individual, and she'll be there as well. She'll be actually speaking at our dinner. So a lot of really, really fun people. People have just positive attitudes. Go get it done. It's going to be just an amazing weekend, and so we would love to have a bunch of people come out. You too.
Yes.
Love to see you, Ash.
I know, right? I got to work on getting some stuff out there. I gotta make that happen. But definitely,
it would be so fun. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you so very much, and looking forward to you guys actually just crushing those goals come September. So looking forward to seeing that. Appreciate that. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do. You look them square in the face. You tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.